and welcome to Odd Man Rush. I'm Kelin Flanagan, and today we are coming to you almost live from Rogers Place. Edmonton's latest pride and joy has already been welcomed by the heavens, or at least a cloud shaped like the Stanley Cup, and we just cannot wait to see what legends are going to start here. Joining us today are Lee Arshad and Avery Lewis McDougall. Now, these guys are two of the Oilers Rigs writers and some of the best sports fans you'll ever meet, so tell us a little bit about yourselves. Why did we invite you here, Avery?
Because I'm funny, you need a fedora on air, you need some fedoras on air, you know. It's always good to have some more fedoras on air in sports, any sport, hockey, baseball, basketball. I appreciate that.
That's awesome. Ali, how about you?
Huge hockey fan, huge Sean Harkoff fan, and, you know, a diehard Oilers fan.
Fantastic. So now that we've established our credibility, let's dive right in. A lightning speed countdown of the latest and greatest in hockey news. So, Jesse Puljujärvi. Just how good is the Oilers' fourth round edition going to get? Now, it was a surprise in the first place that the Finn landed fourth to the Oilers instead of third to the Blue Jackets, but we'll take it. He's big, he's fast, he's got great hockey sense, and a right shot. A lot of things the Oilers could take advantage of this year. 6 points in 2 games at the Young Stars tournament means lots of people are much more excited about him now, including David Staples, who expects within the year he should supplant Jordan Eberle on the power play and join a line with none other than Connor McDavid. So, what are your guys' takes on the Joker?
Ali, you want to start with that?
Yeah. I saw him play yesterday at the Oil Kings and Bears and Rookies game, and he looked great, but I don't think he's going to be replacing Jordan Eberle. Jordan Eberle is an established 25, possibly 30 goal scorer that is going to be around for a number of years, and Puljujärvi maybe in 3-4 years, but next year maybe a little too soon.
I agree with that. You know what? He played in Finland against men. You know that's great. He played against men in Finland, but he's 18 years old. He's still very young. Give him some time. Don't rush him right now. We rush guys in this team so often. Give him a few more years to develop, and he'll pass Eberle. Right now, let him develop. Let him play in the third or fourth line for a little bit. Maybe even play in AHL first of all. But passing Eberle, that's not going to happen in year one. It just won't happen. I agree with Ali on that.
Well, that's fair enough, and he is just recovering from some knee surgery this year, so, you know, we don't have the best luck with those injuries. So now moving on down from Finland to Germany brings us to Leon Draisaitl. Now lots of people have had some doubts about what he was bringing to the team, especially towards the end of last year and now that Taylor Hall has been traded off to the Devils, but he has made a great showing on Team Europe. So I know both of you have been watching him at the World Cup. What do you think?
You know what, being there at the World Cup in Toronto, watching him live, the kid is good. Playing in limited minutes, Ralph Kruger has been playing on a line that works for him well. And you know what, he's almost been the forgotten Oiler because on North America you have McDavid, you have Hopkins. On Europe he's been forgotten there. So you know, watching him play with Team Europe, though, I'm excited to see him play. And second in team scoring, the kid has so much talent in a short tournament and in the NHL this year. He's going to shock people, I think. He could be second or third in team scoring in my mind. It wouldn't shock me if he's second in team scoring this year. That's bold, I like it.
High expectations.
Yes.
Yeah, he's absolutely been a great skater. Like, there were plays where he was, you know, behind his own end and the first one to the goalie before anyone else got there. He scored some amazing goals. He's just been, and he's very strong on the puck. Like, he honestly has been, I was worried without Hall, maybe, you know, it wouldn't turn out so well, but he looks like he's going to be fine on his own.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then finally, as we reach the end of September, we also reach the start of the Edmonton Oil Kings season. Now, the Oil Kings won the Memorial Cup last in 2014, but they were dropped out of the playoffs last year in the first round, courtesy of the Brandon Wheat Kings. And despite the new barn, their year this year is looking pretty uphill. They're losing a lot of players, some aging out, some play in the AHL, but we're likely looking at a lot of room for some new blood this year. Now, the Oil Kings home opener is tonight, September 24th, at Rogers Place, with an incredible 18,102 crowd eagerly waiting to get in the doors of our new arena. So here's hoping the fan energy boosts up a team that's going to need to find its feet early this year. Ali and Avery, anything that you're expecting to see from the Oil Kings?
You know what's going to be so tough because after the Memorial Cup, they lost guys like, they lost Keegan Lowe, they lost Chris Lazar, they lost Mark Pissing after all those years of being a good team. And last year, they were a barely 70-point team. And now, you know, you have Lane Bauer still, you have Patrick Dea in net, but it's going to be tough. As you saw against Brandon last year, lost in the first round. It'll be fun to watch this team as the young guys in a rebuilding state, rebuild, haha. But you know what? I don't
we
see him
need
make the
more of.
playoffs this year, though. Too much turnover right now. It'll be a tough year for Steve Hamilton, though, but it'll be a year of learning and teaching for this team at Rogers Place this year.
Yeah, it'll be the first year in 7 years if they don't make the playoffs, right? So,
I think it'll be exciting to see how some of the young guys, the second-year guys, the third-year guys, step up and take on some of the more important roles. Maybe watching Lane Bauer will be the sole bright spot, but playoffs, I don't know.
fair enough. We're really excited for the start of the Oil King Season 2, and now we're going to move on into our feature, The Shootout. Welcome to the very first ever edition of The Shootout on Odd Man Rush. Here we'll be inviting our very important panel folks to fight it out and see which one of them is going to get their side the all-important win, even if they couldn't get it done in regulation time. So here's how this goes down. I'm going to ask a question, and then each of you will have 15 seconds to argue your side. After that, you'll get a 30-second battle of wits or insults or whatever strategies you feel you need to lean upon, followed by 10 seconds each for your closing remarks. Now pay attention. On Twitter, at the Oilers Rig, there'll be a poll up for you to vote on who you think is winning the shootout. Everyone ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
All right. So let's start with a far-reaching question. Who are your Stanley Cup finalists, and who do you think is going to win this year? Ali, we'll have you go first, and I'll be timing you for the 15 seconds.
Okay. I think there are a number of good teams, but if Tampa Bay can sign Kucherov, they would be my pick out of the East, and out of the West, I'll take the Sharks. So Tampa Bay over the Sharks in the final.
Awesome.
Okay, you know what?
Avery?
I'll say Tampa too, but I'll say Dallas out of the Western Conference, with Tampa winning that series.
All right. So now we're going to go into our 30-second debate. Have at her. Argue why your choices are better.
Okay, Dallas goaltending.
Hey, you still have on Dallas. You have Sharp, Ben, Spezza. You have Eakin. Like, the depth there in the scoring talent is massive. And Tyler Seguin too. That's deep scoring.
I don't think Dallas makes it out of the Central Division. You've got Nashville, you got Chicago, you've got St. Louis that I think probably beat Dallas before Dallas can get out of the second round.
I think the Hawks fall off, and I think the Hawks fall off in that division. Nashville is going to be tough with Nashville. Yes, Nashville has Yossi and PK, but I think Dallas' offense compensates for that. You can't get past a guy like
And
Seguin.
that is time already. Okay, so now you've heard a little bit about what each other has to say. 10 seconds, Ali. Final
Okay.
arguments.
If anyone's coming out of the West, it's going to be the Sharks. They're going to be rejuvenated. They have a lot of good young players. Thomas Hertl is not injured. Dallas won't be the one, and I'll stick with Tampa as my East.
All right. I'm staying with Tampa because Steven Stamkos, 5 straight 30-goal seasons. The guy's electric in the Eastern Conference. And it's a weak conference. Who's going to beat Tampa? Florida, maybe? Pittsburgh? Beyond that, I don't know anybody else.
All right, round two. Moving on to some more recent concerns. So Team North America is out. You don't have to worry about hurting anyone's feelings. Team Canada or Team North America? Avery, we'll have you start.
Team North America all day. If I'm a bad Canadian, then so be it. Watching this team play, watching McKinnon, Hopkins, Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews, I loved it. The young kids have so much fire and flair. We need more of that in hockey. I love this team.
Ali.
I love this team as well. That overtime game against Sweden was one of the best hockey games ever. But the concept is just weird. You cannot have a whole bunch of guys fighting for their country's pride and then this random team that just is playing because we can have them play because they're
All
cool
right.
players.
Drop the gloves.
That was 15 seconds? No, it wasn't. No, you can't have 20-year-olds in the tournament just because you wanted to see them play and they were cool enough. But the rest of the guys, they're playing for different things. They're playing for the flag on their chest. I don't understand that.
What are you replacing with? Latvia? Germany? Watch them get mollywomped? No, keep this. I
Reduce
like that.
it to 6 teams. I don't know. Take Germany, whatever. They're good enough teams. I don't care if I don't get to see 23-year-olds play hockey. It's about playing for your country, and it's about representing your country. And the Canadians are doing that, except when you have them play against North America.
All right, final marks, Avery.
It's the World Cup, though. It's a cash grab tournament. Have some fun with it. Be silly. Europe has no anthem. Come on, North America, keep that. Keep Europe, keep North America. Heck, add a team media. Why not?
Ali?
All-Star games are for being silly. Having John Scott there is for being silly. But the World Cup of Hockey, to determine what nation it has bragging rights, we shouldn't have that in there.
There's a World Championship still. Way more
And
prestigious.
we're done. Moving on to round 3. So, the big question right now, Phil Kessel's tweet the night the U.S. got dropped out. Love it or hate it? Ali, we'll start with you.
I didn't like it. I understand that he's mad at the Team USA not picking him, but those are some of his teammates that he's played with before. I think it's a little unprofessional. I think it's saying that they didn't that they didn't try hard enough. They didn't do all that they could.
All right, now Avery.
I love it because hockey players usually, their quotes are always boring. For that, I love that. A guy spoke his mind for once. I think bashed for it by us? Come on. I like that fact he spoke his mind for once.
You can speak your mind, but if you're throwing your teammates under the bus, it's a problem. You're being completely unprofessional. It wasn't needed. There was no, he could have said anything else. He could have said anything after, before, but the night your team, and let's not forget, he's an American too.
True.
He's out there. He knows the guys are representing the colors. Why does he have to, throw them under the bus?
You know what, though? Just angry. End of the day, though, you know what? Camp will come. Camp will come. And guys will say, you know what? We're under the bridge. You'll forget about it. Come training camp or come regular season. It'll be forgotten pretty soon. But funny regardless.
I don't think so.
You don't think
David
so?
Backus said he's not forgetting about it, and I don't think so.
All right, 10 seconds, final remarks.
Someone said that, as a teammate of yours, someone said that you didn't do a good enough job. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that if I'm David Backus.
You might, but you know what, though? I think, eventually, if we've forgotten about it, he'll apologize. Eventually, it'll happen. But you know what? It's different. Spoke his mind for once, like you said, even if it wasn't maybe the best thing to say, probably. But you know what? I don't mind it.
All right, and that
He
is
didn't make Team USA.
that is the end of round 3. So vote for Ali or Avery on Twitter at the Oilers Rig. Let us know who you think won the shootout. Do you have your own question you'd love our guests to battle over on the next episode? Let us know. Tweet us, comment, find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you let us know what you want to see more of, we'll bring it to this corner of the internet for you. Thanks so much for sticking around, guys. I can't wait until next time when the puck drops for the first ever Rogers Place Battle of Alberta on October 12th. I'm Kelin Flanagan here for Odd Man Rush, and we'll see you around at theoilersrig.com.